All right, let's get started. Again, guys, those of you that don't know me, my name is Greg Patterson. I live here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in this crypto space for quite a few years, and it's changed. It's changed a lot about the way I think about money. So what I want to kind of do is, over these first couple of weeks, is just show you guys and build a foundation for the tools that you're going to need to be able to sustain this type of environment, because it's going to take a minute for me to get you educated and get the foundation that you need to launch from. Because just like with anything, if you're going to be successful at anything, then you're going to need a why. You're going to need to know why you're doing it. And so I've talked to quite a few people over the last week, and people tell me, well, Greg, when you going to show me how to make the money? Well, the first thing we got to do is let you understand why you want to make this money. Because if you don't understand why, then you won't have any burning desire to actually get the knowledge. And so when I first looked at cryptocurrency, I didn't really understand it. So I discounted it. Every time somebody says something, it kind of went against what I believed that money was about. It went against what I believe that the government was going to allow to happen. So it took a minute for me to actually understand that this is for real and that this is something that I should actually take a close look at. So, but if I were you, I'm not you, but if I were you, after getting this information over the last couple of weeks and the next couple of weeks, I would take a day, lock myself away for a day, and learn everything I can about this, because you gotta understand it for yourself. Now, I'm sure there are going to be some people on here who actually are Bitcoin experts. So let me say this up front. I'm sorry if this is redundant for you. But through this Coinducation platform, we want to educate people. And there's more people that don't know than do. So we got to actually start at the basics. So for some people, this is going to be redundant. But for most people, this information is new. This is fertile ground. So I got to take some time and, seed time and harvest. I got to take some time and show you why you want to know this, because let's face it, we all live and we're used to the way we live. And it's very difficult for us to get up and do something different on a daily basis. It's very difficult. We have to have a real burning desire to actually get up in the morning and put something else on our plate. So until you understand that you really got to know this and that this is really changing lives around you, and you have the opportunity, the first time in your lifetime, this opportunity has come about, of this magnitude. But if you don't believe that, you just hear me and say, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. He doesn't have a clue. He's some kind of pie in the sky kind of guy, and he doesn't really understand what's going on with the world. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, then that's what you believe. So my job here today is to show you why this is so important. This is life-changing. Now, there's a lot of us on this call that we were around when the internet came out. You were there and you said, oh no, I'm not gonna be buying everything on the internet. In the 90s, you said, oh no, you must be crazy. I'm not gonna be putting my credit card on the internet. You put your credit card on the internet today. Everything you do is on the internet. But there was a time when you said that was something that you weren't going to participate in. So what I'm sharing with you is this is a paradigm shift. This is changing the world in a very, very significant way. It's changing the way money is spent. It's changing the way we do business. It's changing the way we document everything from deeds to even photography is going to be able to use this technology for for different industries for intellectual property are going to be able to use this technology. But if you don't understand it, then what I just said don't make sense to you. So the underlying technology that's behind Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is the blockchain. It's separate from cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is built on the blockchain. So you got to really understand why this is so important, because the blockchain is a digital ledger. Now, going forward, every time in the past you had a document that was valid, it had to have your what on it? Your signature, the little cursive writing signature. Now, if you noticed, nobody writes anymore. Your signature is not worth what it used to be anymore. Everything's digital. So now this digital signature that you're going to have is going to be way more valuable than your personal signature. So you got to understand what this is about, because this is where the world is going and you don't want to get left behind. Right now, we have the opportunity to capitalize on this phenomenon that's happening, because the masses have not gotten involved yet, but it's happening very, very, very soon, that all the hedge funds and all of the multi-billion-dollar conglomerates are going to come into Bitcoin. The reason why they haven't up to this point is because all of the people who manage money for other people, it's very difficult for those people to go out, tell all of their people that you gotta buy a wallet, you gotta set up a wallet, and then you gotta transfer money from here to there. It's a difficult process. But what they're trying to do right now is come up with these ETFs where you can, a hedge fund manager can just put this into your portfolio. And this is about to take place. When that does take place, cryptocurrency is going through the roof. I'm talking about immediately. And if you miss it, you missed it. Just like when people became billionaires and billionaires during the .com era. You were there, but fortunately, most of us weren't involved. We were alive and breathing and we heard about it, but most of us didn't get involved. So now you have the opportunity to get involved in something that's going to be bigger than the internet. This is Web 3.0. If you think the internet changed the way we live, this is really going to change the way we live. So I need you to understand that first before we get into how to read a chart and what coin to buy and how long to hold it and all those things. Because if I start talking to you about that right now, then you're not going to understand it. And then the first time you put some money in and you come up short, then you're going to be like, oh no, that's not for me. I tried that doesn't work. And then that's the attitude you're going to have. Just like with anything else. Oh no, man, my neighbor tried that and it didn't work for him. So, but if you understand where the world is going, what's happening with this technology, then you'll have a better grip on why you need to get grounded in it. Why you need to sustain some bumps and bruises along the way to get to the plateau that you need to get to. So give me just a minute. I'm gonna switch screens. I'm gonna be kind of brief tonight because I don't want to overload you with information, because I could talk about this for weeks. I could talk about this for months, actually, because there's so much that's involved. But I want you to understand the basics first. So last week we talked about what is a Bitcoin and why you even need to be interested in the Bitcoin. So that's what we dealt with last week. So today I'm going to show you why it's so powerful. What kind of returns have people been getting from cryptocurrency? That's what we're going to deal with today. So if you guys give me just a moment. Bear with me just a minute. I'm just trying to make sure. I didn't ask anybody if my audio was good, so I'm just making sure that everything is right before I move forward. I'm not sure what happened last week when I shared my screen. It had some kind of overlay on it that caused the colors to be kind of messed up. I'm not sure what that is. So if that happens tonight, I'm sorry up front, but the information is still the same. All right, here we go. The story and facts of the greatest explosion in value exhibited by any commodity in all recorded history. Like I always say, this is the largest transference of wealth in the history of mankind. Whether you want to believe that or not, it's happening right now. Over the last 9 years, there's been billionaires created. There's been thousands and thousands of millionaires created from this technology. And so just because you don't know them or they don't talk about them on the news or doesn't mean it's not happening. So you can't rely on the news to get your information from, because once you start getting this information fed to you on a daily basis through the news, it's too late. Like with anything, you got to get in on the ground floor. And this is ground floor is here. Where we are right now is underground. This is underground. And you have the opportunity to get involved and start positioning yourself to make some gains before the masses hit. And then once the masses hit, it's going to go through the roof. So this particular technology has completely destroyed all conventional investments and indexes globally by a huge margin. Most people don't know that since the stock market crashed in 2008, that this has been the most heavily invested in product in the world. But most people don't know that, because guess what? Your 401k is not investing you in it. Your guy down at Schwab is not talking to you about this in your portfolio because he doesn't have access to it yet. If you go down to your bank, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, they told their employees if they talk about it, they'll fire them. Why is that? Why is that? Because the masses are trying to position themselves to be able to capitalize off of it also. But there's some regulatory issues where big banks have had to stall in getting involved because of different regulatory issues, and they're trying to get all of that in place. And once they do, the demand is going to go through the roof. And as the demand goes through the roof, the price does also. So right now you have the opportunity to position yourself to capitalize off of that. So these are some of the conventional investments that you have. The US dollar. The US dollar over the past 8 years has lost 14.7% of its value. So that's for all of you people that's got money in savings. And you say, well, I got money in savings. I'm making such and such percent a year. Well, that's nothing when it's losing money. The value of the dollar is going down every single day. Well, people say, well, you know, I'm invested, Greg. I'm in gold. Well, that's great. Gold on average gets about 1.9% a year, which is not much more than a savings account. So gold is a decent investment, but I'm going to show you right now how you can get involved in an excellent investment. Real estate. This is on a good year, 5% a year. Annuities and mutual funds, 5% a year. So now if you wanted to retire and you needed to make whatever your living expenses are today, if you wanted to make that for the rest of your life, take whatever number that is and take 5% of that number. And that's how much money you got to have in a mutual fund or an annuity in order to sustain that kind of lifestyle. That's millions and millions of dollars. Now, what the government says is that most people have less than $1,000 saved. So obviously that's not going to happen for most people. But we're going to show you a way how you can get involved and multiply your efforts quickly. So for those people who say, well, you know, I'm getting close to retirement. Well, hey, I'm retired, but I don't have enough money right now. We're going to show you how to multiply your efforts quickly. So stocks, 5 to 10% a year. Most people believe that the Forex market, people are making so much money. The Forex market brings about 10 to 20% a year for those successful traders, for those people who are successful at it. Most people are not successful. Now, me personally, I started day trading in the foreign exchange market in 2006. Now, right now, today in 2018, 12 years later, there's a lot of people who claim to be expert traders. I mean, thousands of them. I mean, everywhere you go on the internet, everybody's trading Forex. When I learned how to trade Forex, you had to pay somebody $20,000 to show you. You had to pay $5,000 for some software to connect you to the market. It wasn't like it is today. So I actually lost a lot of money trying to learn how to trade in these markets because I knew what an impact it would have on my family. So foreign exchange is a $5.3 trillion market. Now, for those of you that are on this call who have a little bit of Forex experience, this is going to be easy for you because now you have a product that you're trading that is going up in value mostly. So now you don't have to take as many losses as you normally would have had to take. Bitcoin. Why do we talk about Bitcoin so much? Bitcoin's been battle tested. Bitcoin's been around since 2009. So right now, Bitcoin's 9 years old. It's been battle tested. In 6 years, Bitcoin gained 17,000%. Now let's go back. These gain from a negative 15% to up to 20% a year. Bitcoin the last 6 years has had a 17,000% gain. So that means if you got in 9 years ago, you've made 17,000% on your money. There's no investment on the planet that has had these types of returns as Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's amazing. Like I said, like I always say, I learned about Bitcoin in 2010. If I had spent $1,000 in 2010, I'd be worth over $100 million today. And I'm not talking about something that might have happened or something that could have happened. I'm talking about something that I'm sure that I missed. I'm sure that I made a mistake on. I'm absolutely positive that if I had spent $1,000 the day somebody told me about it, I'd be done today. So now that's the reason why I'm such an evangelist for cryptocurrency, is because I saw where I missed it, and that'll never happen again, not in my life. And so what I'm trying to share with you is how to position yourself. So through this platform, and I advise all of you to go out, get the Coinducation platform. The reason why is because you need to know what type of psychology to have to even operate in this space. So a lot of people say, well, Greg, the first few videos in the Coinducation platform are, they're not teaching me how to make the money. Yes, they are, because you got to understand the psychology that you need to have in order to be able to sustain this type of industry, because most people don't possess it. If you did possess it, then you probably already have money. You'd probably already be where you want to be in life. But if you say to yourself, this could be a potential blessing to my family, something I could pass on to my kids. If I can make you believe that through these trainings, then you need to get deeply involved into those Coinducation videos so that you can get this information. Now, once you get grounded in what it is, how it works, and make that paradigm shift from fiat currency to cryptocurrency, once you've made that shift, then you're there. Now you can start trading it and start making money with it because you understand it. If I were to go in, like I'm going to show you some charts tonight, but if I were to go in and take you directly to charts and show you, okay, you need to buy this and to sell this and to do that, you wouldn't understand it. And then once you did it one time and lost some money, you'd be like, oh no, that's like gambling, man. I'm not going to do that. And that's what most people think. Like I said, Bitcoin gained 17,000% in 6 years. This right here is a grandmother, a grandma. Her grandson told her last November that she needed to get involved in Bitcoin. She didn't know what it was. She thought it was a Bitcoin. She didn't know what it was. She thought he was talking about big coin, not Bitcoin. So she went ahead and took her grandson's advice and she invested a couple of $100. Well, when Bitcoin hit $10,000, grandmom had made over 45% return on her money in a couple of weeks. So they pulled that money out, and now grandma is a cryptocurrency maniac. So what I want to do is show you guys how to develop this because it's real. Top Wall Street strategist sees Bitcoin cannibalizing gold worth as much as $55,000. That's this year. That's this year. These people that I'm about to show you are billionaires and players in the financial industry. This particular guy here, K. Van Peterson prediction is Bitcoin will reach $100,000 in less than 5 years. A Bitcoin is $7,700 right now. It's going to reach $100,000 in less than 5 years. But people say, well, Greg, you always talk about Bitcoin, man. There's 1,600 coins. But I believe that all the other coins you can make money with. But you're going to create a legacy by holding Bitcoin. Now, what we do is we'll show you how to buy other coins. And I'm going to give you an example of this in just a few minutes. How other coins, as Bitcoin is going up, other coins are going down. As Bitcoin's going down, other coins are going up. So if you have the mindset and the knowledge of what's going on in the industry, you can take your Bitcoin as it's going up and hold Bitcoin. As Bitcoin's going down, you can shift that into the other altcoins that are making gains. And then as you make those gains and you doubled and tripled your money, then you can take that money and shift it back into Bitcoin as Bitcoin goes up even further. But that's some strategies that you'll have to learn. But that's what we'll teach going forward. But if, like I said earlier, if I tried to show you that today, you wouldn't get it. But what I want you to realize is it's like my dog. When I come in the house, my dogs, I got 3 dogs. When I come in the house, my dogs know they're getting a treat. They know they're getting a treat. And they so fired up that they running around in circles and jumping all up on the couch and jumping in chairs and running around the house because they have this desire for this treat so bad because they know it's about to come. And that's the way you got to feel about this cryptocurrency. That's the feeling you got to have. That's the feeling I have about it. That's the reason why I'm such an evangelist for it. Now, Mark Cuban says the first trillionaire will be created in this industry. Now, I'm not sitting here saying tonight that you're going to be a trillionaire. But if this is the industry that's going to create the first trillionaire that ever walked on planet Earth, you probably want to be involved. You probably want to get your portion out of that also. So he's put together a $20 million crypto fund. Now, these guys are smart, so they're positioning themselves. Mark Cuban also at the Dallas Mavericks arena, American Airlines Arena in Dallas, he takes Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Ripple. He takes those for his tickets. Guess why? He doesn't have to go out and earn Bitcoin. He doesn't have to go out and make Bitcoin. He doesn't have to go out and trade Bitcoin. People are going to bring it to him and give it to him. And when they bring it to him and give it to him, all he got to do is just hold it. And as it grows in value, he just gets richer and richer and richer. This is a very smart man. Michael Novogratz. Michael Novogratz is a billionaire. He's ex-Goldman Sachs. He predicts $5 trillion in market cap for Bitcoin by 2022. $5 trillion in market cap. Right now, let's look real quick. Give me just a second. I like to make this plain. Let's go and see. Right now, Bitcoin has $132 billion market cap. Cryptocurrency has a $277 billion market cap. So what Michael Novogratz is saying, this is one of the leading economists in the world. What he's saying is he believes that by 2022, this number is going to be $5 trillion. $5 trillion. Right now, it's only $277 billion. You know how much money is going to be made during that time? 2022 is not far off. We're almost to 2019. That's just 3 years from now. So 3 years from now, this won't be the same opportunity. If I come to you 3 years from now and I'm telling you, hey, you need to get into Bitcoin, it's probably going to be too late. But right now, you have the opportunity to make some gains that are out of this world. And keep in mind, let me put out a disclaimer. I'm not promising you that you're going to make money. Just like with anything, if you're going to be successful at it, it depends on what kind of burning desire you have, what kind of effort you put into it. It's all on you. But we're going to give you the education that you need so that in the end, if you don't capitalize off this opportunity, you'll understand why you didn't, and you can only blame yourself. So this guy used to work for Goldman Sachs. Now he's in cryptocurrency. This guy here predicts $500 billion in December of 2017. Now, I think the market cap went up to like 400 billion during that time. So he almost hit his projection. But he also believes it's going to grow to over $2 trillion. These are all billionaires. Tim Draper, billionaire investor, made 16 million with Bitcoin so far. This is a hedge fund guy. He's already made $16 million. Cameron and Tyler Winklevoss, these are the first Bitcoin billionaires. They actually just created a Bitcoin ETF. The SEC just shot it down a couple of days ago, but it's going to be up again in September. This Bitcoin ETF is going to pass. And once this Bitcoin ETF passes, then that's going to allow all of the big banks, all of the big hedge funds to be able to flood into this market. When that happens, the price is going to shoot through the roof. So guess what? Those of us that are already holding Bitcoin, already holding Ethereum, already holding Bitcoin Cash, I've got a pretty wide portfolio. Those of us that are already holding them are just going to ride the wave to the top. So right now, you got to get involved. First thing you got to go out and do is get a wallet. We'll show you which wallets to get or whatever. But if you already understand wallets, go get you a wallet today, tonight. Don't waste any time. You need to get involved because it's going to take you a day or two to get your wallet set up. Fidelity Management Fund is mining cryptocurrency. John McAfee, this is kind of vulgar, but he said if Bitcoin doesn't reach 500,000 in 3 years, he'll eat his blank on national television. These are billionaires, and they're laying everything on the line for cryptocurrency. So they're all in. Mark Cuban, Bill Gates, Richard Branson. Bill Gates has invested about $150 million. Mark Cuban has a $20 million fund. Richard Branson has one of the leading Bitcoin mining facilities in the world. John McAfee, Al Gore, this guy right here, Ben Bernanke. Ben Bernanke used to be the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank. He used to be the guy who was in charge of your money, your dollar bills. He left the Federal Reserve Bank, and now he's involved in cryptocurrency. You got to see the handwriting on the wall. Peter Thiel used to own PayPal. He sold PayPal. He's a billionaire. He's all in cryptocurrency. He has a couple different hedge funds. He's all in with cryptocurrency. You have to understand these billionaire tech investors, this is where they're putting all their effort into the blockchain technology, into the underlying technology that supports Bitcoin. There's so much that goes into that technology. Right now, Tesla has the Ethereum technology. They're putting that into all of their cars. All of their new cars going forward are going to have this Ethereum technology in it, so that when you go to charge your car and you put the thing in your car, you don't have to have a credit card. It's going to automatically charge your Ethereum account. They're actually building software right now where drones can fly over the city. Drones can fly over the city and check inventory in stores. This has all been built on the Ethereum network. They can fly over the city and check inventory in stores and automatically fill inventory with no people involved. They'll automatically say, this is what you need, this is how much it is, make the transaction, and then fill the order with no people involved. This is already taking place. This is changing the way we do business. The blockchain also is going to affect people in third world countries, in these emerging countries, because there's people in the world who've lived on their land for thousands of years, but they have no deed to that land. They have no paperwork that says that's their land. So now those people can put that particular piece of land on the blockchain, and every single day there's going to be a ledger that says that they were there that day, that this is their land, and it's a digital ledger that's there forever. And so now when somebody comes and try to claim their land, no, this is us. We've been here 1,000 years. Here's the documentation of it. The blockchain is changing the way we do business. It's, like I said earlier, you can put intellectual property on the blockchain. People are putting photographs on the blockchain, models, everything that you can actually imagine is going to take place on the blockchain going forward because of how secure it is. People say, well, I heard people got hacked with Bitcoin. Nobody ever got hacked on the blockchain. The blockchain has never been infiltrated. The reason why you can't hack the blockchain is because it's on millions of computers all over the world. And in order for you to hack it, then you have to come in and you have to make that transaction happen on all of those computers all around the world, on all of those ledgers, all at the same time. The only way the blockchain will ever go down is if you turn the complete internet off in the whole world, and I don't ever see that happen. If you turn the whole power off in the whole world at the same time, that's the only way the blockchain will go down. And I don't ever foresee that happen. So this technology is here to stay. You need to be involved. Coinducation, and we're going to teach you how to do it. But one thing that I really like people to understand is how much of an opportunity this is over your current situation, over your 401k, over your mutual funds, over the things that you can conventionally invest in today. Why do you need to do this? Like I said earlier, Bitcoin gained 17,000% in 6 years, but that's not even close to the top. Some of these altcoins have reached thousands and thousands of percent in return on investment. But the thing about it is there's 1,600 altcoins. You got to know which ones to buy. If you don't know which ones to buy, you're just lost. There are a lot of people investing in ICOs and investing in altcoins, and they up and then they drop and then they lose their shirt. But through our technical floor, you'll be able to see what people who are millionaires and who've made millions of dollars and are successful at trading these coins, what coins they're investing in. We're not going to tell you which coins you should invest in. We're just going to let you see what coins people who actually make money with cryptocurrency, what coins they're investing in. Ethereum gained 13,000% since January 2015. That's only three and a half years ago. If you can make 13,000% on your return on your investment in 3.5 years, man, you know how life-changing that is? Zcash, 4,100% since 2016. But watch this. Let me go back real quick. I'm going to go here. Here's some right here. Here's some of the coins over the last few years that have made the biggest returns. NXT. NXT had 697,275% return on investment. That's 700,000% return on investment. But then nobody come by your house and tell you, man, you need to invest in NXT. IOTA, 282,300% return on investment. Ethereum, over its life, 160,000%. NEO, 123,300%. Stratus, 42,000%. So you get the idea? You being able to have this information and educate yourself and know which one of these is going to have the biggest returns is invaluable. This information is invaluable. You can equip yourself. Once you get this information and you understand how to play on this field, this will last you for a lifetime. This will last you for a lifetime. So this is probably one of the cheapest investments you can ever make in your life, is getting this education. So, but every time I talk to people, this is what they want to see. They want to know how to get into the charts and how to read the charts. But you know what? We're going to show you how to read these charts, how to actually buy and sell, what coins to buy and sell. But if you don't understand why you need to do it, this just looks like gibberish to most people. This looks like gibberish. So every day we follow these charts. Right now, this is Bitcoin Cash I'm looking at. Let me go to BTC. So right now, Bitcoin is at $7,727. If you notice, it's dropped since the other day. This is where we made the gains the other day. It went sideways, then it dropped, it came back up, then it dropped again. Right now, it's hit what we call resistance. I mean, it's hit support. So right now, this is on the floor. If you notice, and you go across over here, this is a floor. See, it tested this floor before, and now it's back there again. So right now, we don't know whether it's going to break through and go down. If it does break through and go down, through our technical flow, we'll show you what level it's going to go down to and bounce from. So you'll know when to get in and when to get out, what levels to take profits at, and all of those different types of things. So, but most people don't understand that. But this is what I really want to show you is right here, Bitcoin dominance. Right now, Bitcoin is 48% of the crypto market. But watch this. Back in February was when Bitcoin took its dive. If you notice, when Bitcoin is up, altcoins are down. These down here are altcoins. But when Bitcoin starts going down, guess what? Altcoins start going up. So now, if you understand the market, when Bitcoin takes a hit, you shift your money out of Bitcoin into whatever coin that's going to make the best return. So right now, between March and June the 13th or 15th, Ethereum made the most return. While Bitcoin was losing money, you could shift your money out of Bitcoin into Ethereum. When you shift it into Ethereum, then once Bitcoin starts going back up, when Bitcoin starts going back up, then you can actually put your money out of Ethereum. See how when Bitcoin start going back up, Ethereum start going down? So these are the things you need to know. Which coins to buy, which coins to sell, when to buy and sell them. So now you've made all of these gains when you took your money out of Bitcoin and put it into Ethereum. Now when Ethereum starts going down, you take your money out of Ethereum, and now you've tripled your money. Now you've got more Bitcoin than you had before, and you put it back into Bitcoin and ride this wave back to the top again. If you notice, when it went back to the top right here again, guess what? When it started coming down, all coins went up. This particular time, it was, what's this one? This one is Ethereum. Ethereum again. This was Ripple. Ripple went up 17% during this time frame, and this is only in a few days. So these are the things that you gotta understand. These are the things that we're going to show you, but you got to understand why you want to do it. You got to understand exactly why you want to get involved in this space. Because if you don't, the first time something happens, you're going to jump ship. So how many Bitcoins or Ethers will you own by the time they're worth 100,000? Most people are here buying them. We don't want to buy them. We want to earn them. We want you to trade them. You're going to initially buy something to get into the market, and then you're going to trade them up. You're going to trade them up. You're going to switch them out to other coins and trade them up. Switch those into another coin and trade them up. So Bitcoin's going to 100,000 very soon. Are you coming? This is the most important commodity of the 21st century. You got to get involved today, because just like I said, by September, this ETF is coming out. So between September and the end of the year, Bitcoin is going to go to, economists believe, to somewhere around 50,000 per coin. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss those gains, because you can take a few dollars and get, 10,000% return on it in a very short period of time. So again, what we're going to do is keep hosting these so that you guys can get a platform to launch from. Again, my name is Greg Patterson. Invite all of your friends out. Share this information with all of your friends. Get involved in Coinducation today. Don't wait. If you're sitting on the fence, don't wait. There's not another opportunity that's this great, that's as great as cryptocurrency ever in history. It's happening right now. Get involved today. All right, guys. Again, my name is Greg Patterson. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, you can hit me on Facebook. You can just hit my link. I'll answer back. Most of the time, I own a couple of businesses, so I'm kind of a very busy guy, but this is very important to me, so I'll take time out to answer your questions about how to get started and what you need to do to get your package. And from that, I'll see you guys at the top or from the top. Thank you.